everyone? Welcome to the 5-0 podcast, the number one podcast for. I didn't write this down. Ultimate Draft League. Hey, hey guys, it's me, MaxSchersey. I'm joined by Mike.
Hello.
We took like multiple weeks in a row off of this because of scheduling conflicts and shit like that. This is probably our last 5-0 episode of the year. The classic that we usually like to end with, the playoff preview. Sorry, I had to use my cough button for a second there. What were you saying, Mike?
We'll see if we do the Q&A one like we did at the end of last year again too. Which hopefully if we do it again, hopefully the VOD I actually remember to save the VOD this time, or download it. Whoops. But yeah, we got the playoff preview. A little different than years past because I severely overestimated the amount of free time I would have had this weekend, and also we are recording this earlier than usual, recording this at noon my time rather than at night. So I don't have the visuals ready in advance like I have the last couple of years, but they should still be up on screen by the time this gets released. So look forward to that. But the preview here is definitely probably a bit more vibes based than pure stats like it has been in the past. So apologies for that in advance.
Well, Mike, I think people come here for the vibes-based commentary, if anything.
So true.
I think that's going to be good.
It's just a commentary on UDL in general, with the vibes-based versus the numbers-based.
That's brilliant, Mike.
Speaking of which, perfect segue into our first match.
Before you get into it, I wanted to also mention, just so chat isn't jump scared by this, if this is the last 5-0 of the season and it ends up happening, wanted to say, I barely watch anything this year. I'm not sure if I'm going to come back for next year. Just want to say that now. That's like, months until next season starts. But
yes,
just so people aren't blindsided by that. There's a chance this is the last episode.
There's a chance.
Yeah. Okay. Playoff preview.
Yeah, perfect segue into the first matchup here with the the numbers based vibes based, because the first match we're covering is Vivtec versus Koishi.
Yes.
Oh man, how is this a round one match?
Yeah, it's crazy. The stat that was I forget who said it. I think it was Jaguar. It's like the last two undefeated teams, they both started 5-0, and now they're facing off in round one of the playoffs. That's baseball, Susan. So yeah, Vivtec is so he had that great start, and then since then, I'm gonna be jumping between.
No, you're good. You're good. He obviously he started 8-0. Was the top dog for a lot of time. Did have the back-to-back weeks where it did look to be a little shaky, like maybe this is a late season collapse here. To pull a we gotta pick the sports reference. I think it was like 2017 or 2018 Miami football where they started off 10-0, then lost their last 4. It's like, oh shoot, are we getting that type? Especially, I don't know if he can recover after losing to Corey, almost getting 10 bombed, but then had a nice clutch win over Smet, potentially saved the season, then 10 bomb in the last week against Giraffe. So who had come into that match red hot. So it looks like a lot of those concerns are gone for now. But obviously, tough round one opponent. We'll see if the team shows up once again or not for him.
Yeah, definitely. Again, this is going to be different without the stats out to verify this stuff. But
my bad.
His Vivtec's been he's been rolling out his Sonic and Signals. He's got more mileage out of Sonic than I think anyone has. So many people have tried to use fucking Sonic on their team over the past couple years, and pretty much everyone comes away being like, man, this guy kind of is overrated and sucks. But this has been an amazing season for Vivtec this year, so he is not saying that.
I have actually so these first few teams I actually have gathered some stats for so far. I am pretty sure this one. I would have to check a lot more in depth to be able to see, especially in the earlier seasons, if anyone pulled this off. But at least in the custom balance era, I think Vivtec's Pit is the first character to pull off an
Yes.
11-0 season.
Yeah, that's I didn't know it was 11-0. I knew that team was pretty freaking good for
Mm-hmm.
sure. Uh yeah, the Pit Dark Pit team. Pretty
Yeah,
good.
the Pit Dark Pit when they were both in, they went 10-0. Just I think in the week that Pit was benched, Dark Pit lost. But still, like I think he has like 3 10-1 characters on his team, like or at least 10 or 11 win characters on his team with Pit, Dark Pit, and Aegis.
In Aegis, yeah.
So very very strong core right there, for sure.
Don't forget Littleback's down there also. Littleback was in
True.
singles a couple times for him
Mm-hmm.
earlier in the season. I don't know if he'd sub him in over Sonic at this point, but that did happen, and Littleback picked up some wins early in the season.
Well, actually,
So
because Sonic was a free agency pickup for him, but like early on in the
okay,
season,
that'd be
early on.
why.
But that's why, yeah, Little Mac was in singles a few times. But yeah, so we'll see how that plays out. Mr. Ride and Die by the numbers here.
Hmm.
Uh, Speaking of the numbers, the algorithm, his algorithm picking his round one opponent, Koishi. Uh,
Yeah.
Koishi's team definitely a bit of an odd one this season for sure. Um, it's mainly going to come down to which version of her team shows up. Uh, is it going to be the one that like started off the season really strong, 5-0, or the one that went 2-4 over the next 6 weeks after that? But then week 12 just coming in here with a 10 bomb over Weeb, just to really just like make this a lot harder to tell which version of her team's going to show up. It's
Yeah, this has basically been a 500 team in the second half, give or take. The thing is, we saw so much of that in that first half. It's like you gotta wonder. You gotta, like you said, you gotta wonder what version of this team's gonna happen because we were seeing some, like everyone on this team contributing, having some kind of like miracle run at some point or
mm-hmm.
another. Like someone underperforms and then everyone else picks them up. That's what you need to have happen in the playoffs. Like we've seen these teams that just try and get carried by like one or two characters kind of fall apart in the playoffs, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
you're facing other good teams. You can't count on getting like lucky matchups where you beat bad characters anymore. That's something that I think definitely would work in Koishi's favor for sure. Um, I didn't we missed a bunch of episodes, so I haven't been checking up on this, but at least early on, Ridley was
Oh
incredibly good for
no,
her this year.
I've gotten the records for her team. Ridley had her best
Uh-huh.
record this year. Like Ridley was either placed in squads for the most part, but also a fair amount in singles and even stamina too. I think
Yeah.
Ridley finished with an 8-3 record, and she had a lot of at least. Well, her team's also interesting too because she has had a lot of late season roster turnover. So we haven't seen
Yeah,
much
I'm seeing that.
of her
And
gunner.
I see me Gunner on here and Robin. That's a sneaky pick. Do not
Mm-hmm.
sleep on Robin. That character is really good.
Yeah.
If Robin wasn't 5'11, they'd be on my team. That's a fact.
The song doesn't say 5 foot; it only says 6. But yeah, so it's a lot of like her characters that have been around for like the entire season. They've been around that like 6-5 record, like 6 wins for the season. Like again, not bad by any means, but like they're doing enough. They're doing enough. And then Ridley has just been like very consistent. So yeah, we'll see if that keeps up into these playoffs here.
The depth on this team's really insane. If you're, I think there's two schools of thought on this, how much you think depth matters versus we've seen teams pretty much have success just like spamming one good lineup,
Mm-hmm.
and making it pretty far in the playoffs the last couple years. But we've also seen counterpicking being good, so, whatever. But, right now, and squads, you see Koishi having Pikachu, who obviously you have to plan around that in stamina, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you have to have someone who beats Gunner and beats Pikachu. Is there even a character that beats both of those? I don't think so. So
Yeah,
good luck.
honestly, yeah,
Um,
because Belmonts honestly don't even do that. Like do well. That's like Gunner's biggest like worst matchup, but Belmonts don't do that well in a Pika. So it's like, dang, okay, that is a very Pika actually fills that secondary role very well.
right. Um, and then you got Little Mac down there, who we talked about being a singles threat again, and you have Lucina as a doubles sub. So, I mean, there you go. And you know, a couple of these characters you could sub into FS as well. Singles FS, you see a lot of teams like kind of just like mix and match them and not really care about the final smash that
Hmm.
much. We've seen that past couple of years. So a lot of mix and matching this team could do. Also, like in general, Gunner is just a good singles character as well. So if you
Oh
want to think
yeah.
about that, and then Pikachu goes into stamina because like you just want to mix it up, fuck it. There's a lot of things that could happen that are really scary, and the base lineup's also scary. Um, yeah, Palutated doubles is the fucking best character, so you gotta worry about that.
uh, I mean, yeah, I mean, probably getting ready to move on to the next one. But yeah, actually, I
Yeah,
honestly have not really thought about Palu and doubles like too much. It seems I think you're like you and Koishi are the only two who've really been putting her there, if I recall. We
she's
haven't
so fucking good.
we haven't been talking about her in doubles that much yet because we've been talking about like the Dark Pits, the Inklings, the Marths, obviously still the Pac-Mans. But yeah, I'll have to see. Moving on to the next matchup then. This one, just the death quadrant. I mean, these are all death quadrants in
Uh,
this bracket. Let's be real.
all of
With
them.
user versus Weeb.
Yep.
User's team, uh, one of the most well-rounded teams in the whole league, I think, this year. Uh, Especially just after in the second half when his doubles team has actually started to perform up to expectations after struggling a bit to start the year, and getting these singles and stamina issues starting to get figured out. Moving Richter more into that stamina slot over Wolf, but still having that option to put Wolf there too. It's this team is just it's scary, and they're also playing hot at the right moment too. Like a 5-match win streak to end the season, including only the
Mm-hmm.
third ever 10-0 in week
10-0 at week
12.
12. Come on, no one wants to face this team.
Oh,
Nobody wants to face this team. Yeah, so um third team in a row that has Little Mac on it. Very interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of hitters here. I think looking at Yuzu's team, this is one of those that does just have like a couple super top level guys that you got to worry about. There's obviously Dark Pit, like we were just talking about. You have Crom and FS, who's having like the season of a fucking lifetime, basically. Um, and you just had been getting some generally good performances out of singles as well. And stamina, like mix and matching, he has a couple options there.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, I look at this and I think you like user if you are very confident in Prom FS and Dark Pit Marth doubles just beating everybody, and then he starts 2-0, right? And that's kind of been his formula during this win streak as well.
Even in
Um,
squads too, he's actually been really consistent in squads this year as
yeah, he has
well.
a good squad team. Yeah.
Yeah, user looking at the predictions on the challenge bracket, which are still open by the way, and should hopefully still be open by the time this comes out. Um, I think he's the we have 6 predictions so far, but he is like the most common pick so far for people to pick their champion to win it all. So, hey, if he wins in his first season, making the playoffs, first season making the playoffs after all this time, what a way to erase those years of frustration right there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's I think I should have led with the narrative. Like, what's happened to this podcast? I think the fact that it's like the first half of the season, we were talking so much about like the fucking circus music starts playing in all of Yuzu's sets because some insane shit
Hmm.
happens, and you know, he like loses a heartbreaker, or he like wins by the skin of his teeth when it feels like he had no business winning, or something like that. And then of course like last year that was fucking horrible. Uh, but it's like the team became normal, I guess, in the second half. Became
Yeah.
a normal team and then just started winning. So I don't know. I don't know. Was this a mid-season coaching meeting? We're gonna have to get some insight on that. I don't know. What was the turnaround in the clubhouse in the locker room? But yeah. I think there's definitely a reason to like User a lot with how he ends the season.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at his opponent too. Honestly, I didn't even think about the narrative for this match. The two teams that have been kind of stuck in that 6-6 limbo these last few seasons are
Yes.
playing immediately. Well, not immediately, because we gotta talk about the elephant in the room with Weeb. That 10 bomb over H-Kun in the play-in.
Yeah,
Oh man.
that is crazy.
Uh, I mean, again, I did get some stats together. Weeb, all 5 of his losses, he actually went in the regular season. He went 0-5 against playoff teams. But 7-0 against non-playoff teams. So looking like a bit of a gatekeeper role. But then team could be getting hot at the right time, just like User, a 10 bomb over HQ. Like that's again, I don't want to undersell that fact. HQ had literally never lost in the playoffs before that. He was 8-0. He had won four in a row both times he had made it in, and this time he just gets stonewalled by Weeb. He's out. He's gone. He's not even in the round of 16. And Weeb's team, I had been saying it for a little while. If his doubles team starts to perform up to snuff like they did in 2024, because they've been a bit dormant this season, this team is going to be a tough out for anyone. I had my notes here. This is hype moments and aura of the team.
No, totally. I mean, hidden in that like winless against playoff teams. That is an interesting stat. I did not catch that. 3-1 in his last 4 to end out the season. Started off really hot, obviously. Then completely fell apart, total collapse in the middle of the season. But then 3-1 to end it to sneak into the playoffs. When this team is working right, like I've said it every week, man, but this is the year of Duck Hunt.
Dude, I have not been sleeping. If you've heard me on commentary during the streams, I have not been sleeping on Duck Hunt this year. I think Duck Hunt's a very
he's
good.
Just a good character.
He's just a good utility character. He can literally go like just about anywhere except singles, and even then, like I don't even think he's terrible there. He's definitely one of the best $2 characters I feel this year for sure. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, you need like an actual counter to beat Duck Hunt FS. He's beat legitimate good characters. The kill power is fucking absurd.
Some of the combos he was pulling off in that set against HQ and like Zelda 2, that was absurd. Like the double clay disc or whatever, the double side B into up air to get a kill at like 50 before the combo started.
Yeah.
Like, what the heck? Jeez. Yeah, I mean, and to be fair,
crazy.
with the 0-5 against playoff teams, outside of the week 12 against Koishi, they've like all been close losses. Like,
yeah, definitely.
We had the honestly one of the ultimate plot armor when Tribal had the 7-6 over him to win like the last 4 games to win that set. Actually, me versus him was not terribly close. That was the type of match that was like it was closer than the score indicated. A lot of the games came down to the wire. Him versus MrWiggles was pretty close too. So he's had a competitive team even on his down points this year for the most part. So yeah, User versus Weeb gonna be a super fun match to watch. In that first stream.
Yeah, when this team's working right, so if we talk about Duck Hunt, Aegis, we know what she does in Stamina. Sora has been performing.
Oh, yeah.
I would say overperforming in singles. That doesn't mean overperforming like he's gonna do worse necessarily, but like he's been getting a lot of mileage out of a character that's like not top tier.
Oh, no, yeah, for sure.
In singles. Like he's been doing really well. And his doubles team last year, that Cloud Sephiroth, was like a super fucking killer. Hasn't been like that great this year. Definitely not repeating that 2024 season. But, you know, we've seen how good they've been before. So
Yeah, I mean the Weeb Sora has been killing it in player attorneys for years, and so it seems like that success
right,
is finally transferring over to UDL this year.
yeah,
Oh man. All right, moving on to the second quadrant of bracket, we got MrWiggles versus Tribal. Okay, now this is
hmm,
probably the most insane stat I have seen for this whole year
okay.
when I was looking it up, like for to do preparations for the visuals. MrWiggles is 7-0 against playoff teams this year. 7 and
Yeah, he
0.
is.
Granted, that means that I guess yeah, he does have a losing record technically to non-playoff teams this year, but like his team shows up at the biggest moments. 7 and 0.
As we've seen time and time again.
He is easily the biggest wild card of this whole bracket because you don't know if he's going to put in a lineup, if it's going to be random. Even when he has been putting in lineups this season, like he's been switching it up a lot. It isn't just the
A lot.
it,
Yeah.
it isn't just the broccoli Kong, broccolini Kong, even though that is like one of the most aura teams in all of UDL. He's been moving him around. Like it's not like a static thing like it was last year. So this is, oh man, terrifying opponent.
Yeah, this it's like uh, I think the way to put it is that like his labs that he puts in also feels random. But it's like you get annoyed when it's like you get a good random pull from the
Yes.
opponent. Like, oh yeah, of course you put them there on a random. But it's like that, but it's not random. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's you can't prep for it and it's not random.
Dude, I think
Sounds like it's
I
not gonna be.
think the opponent's draft stream really showed just how little I think Mr. Like how little of a damn he gives when he's like, I'm gonna have all of my potential opponents pick a number from 1 to 10, and whoever gets closest to the number I said is who I'm playing. Like he just doesn't care.
He understands what Smash CPU is about, Mike. I think that's what makes him scary.
Like if he does beat Tribal in this first round, he is. I could see him going far here for sure. Like this is, which, again, I mean, just talking about the storyline in this matchup just in general between the two teams. This is an immediate Week 12 run back, but it's going to look a lot different most likely. Um, Considering how Tribal doesn't have to worry about filler anymore, but MrWiggles is likely putting in an actual lineup this time.
Hmm.
So it's gonna probably be the. It's not going to be like what was it? I think Orchid versus Krillin last year, where they played immediately. They played in Week 12 and then immediately right after in round one of the playoffs, where it
Yeah,
was like almost the exact same matchup. Like lineups, like this is gonna be a lot different
probably will be
here.
different. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll
Yeah,
see.
Mr. Wiggles has put in some absolutely insane lineups and talking about like all of the different things to account for. I mean, you talk about DK, that guy can go in 3 modes easily.
Hmm. And
4 if you count squads. Squads isn't
yeah,
real. 3 modes, you can go in 3 out of 4. Diddy can go in 4 out of 4, honestly. Like fucking there's some teams that have
uh,
I think it was Bling put Diddy in singles a couple times and
oh
like
yeah,
won.
he's had some good singles ones this year. Doubles is definitely kind of a
Doubles he's kind of bad. So
yeah.
yeah, let's say 3. Let's say 3 again. Uh I mean, he's got Simon who can go in 3. He's got Piranha Plant that can go in 2, maybe 3. He's got Crom that can go in at least 2, right? Like this is the hallmark of good random teams
Hmm.
right here. It's that everyone can work anywhere and you can't counter pick. And it's fucking annoying as hell.
Exactly. Yeah, that's again. And then we just moved on to his opponent, Tribal. Tribal's team. I mean, I would say Tribal. I would say is probably arguably the team that has felt the most hampered by the filler this year. I would say so. Definitely at
Mhm.
least one of them for sure. Of these playoff teams at least. And now that he doesn't have to worry about the filler anymore, that should be huge for him. Um, it's it, his team Tribal seems very interesting this year because I would say outside of doubles, he has a lot of very like inconsistent characters. Not to say they're bad by any means, but like his team is gonna be like they like if they go one and done, you're probably it would probably be just because like you have your DK, your Wii Fit, your Fox just not playing well at all. Like the characters like that. But I mean, like if those characters play well, he if they play well for the entirety of this postseason, he's probably the favorite to win it all. Because like they can beat anyone, but it's like, will they? Will they beat anyone? Like, you know?
Yeah. I think Tribal's team is very interesting as well because, like you said, the loss of filler. No win or loss for Tribal this season has been by more than 4 points.
Mm-hmm.
In either direction. There's a lot of like 6-6, 7-6, 7-7 wins and losses. Not having a filler obviously makes a big difference when you're talking margins that small. But I think the fact that there's no like huge blowout wins is kind of a testament to this year. Tribal's kind of like an 80-20 team. Bringing back that phrase, we haven't said that this year. This is pretty much an 80-20 team. Um, and depending on who you are, you're gonna like that in the playoffs more or less, I guess. He has the prerequisite of being able to mix and match where a lot of these characters go. Um, it's got I mean, I see at least two good options in every mode
Yeah.
to be able to sub everyone out. So, um, yeah, none of those are automatic, but uh, Tribal's been in the business for a minute, of course, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
definitely not going to sleep on his ability to counterpick. That kind of makes this round one like super scary for him because he can't do it
Yeah.
against MrWiggles. So I don't know. Let's roll some dice, I guess,
Yeah. Tribal
with
has
your hand.
probably been one of the biggest testers this year. So that's you can't really test against Mr. Wiggles is the problem. So
Yeah.
all right, yeah, that's just oh man, like you were saying earlier how we haven't really thought about the storylines. I haven't really thought about many of the storylines for some of these matches. It's like oh shoot, I wow, it's like even better than I thought it was gonna be.
Every team's so good this year
I
for the
know.
playoffs.
Oh man, and then the last round one match of the B conference, we got Cqist versus Giraffe. Cqist, Cqist team, another one who people have been.
Another popular pick to win it all.
Mm-hmm. He has a very good blend of consistent characters and like potential based characters. Like I said, for like how Tribal team has a lot of. Like he has his Falcon singles, and again, this year has easily been like Falcon. Obviously, the best like Zero Falcon on Nerf Falcon because again, this is his last time. He's
Hmm.
really gonna be like zero before he goes to -1. Um, he's still been good in previous years, but like overall, the character has definitely underperformed a bit in UDL this year. He hasn't been broken by any means, but he's still like he's finally performing like more up to snuff, like how we expect Zero Falcon to perform in singles. And then Cqist also has Gunner. He was one of the first people to pick up Gunner in the whole Gunner revolution that happened mid-season.
Yep.
But then he also has his doubles team Sephiroth Mewtwo, which started off the season really hot, and then honestly kind of fell off a cliff in the mid-season, and then has definitely seemed to pick it back up somewhat over these last couple weeks. So if they get back up to where they were performing early season, that's going to be tough. Also, the Mr. Potential Man himself, FS Meter Yoshi,
Hmm.
been rocking with. Again, Yoshi, the type of character though that can easily go into one of those first two slots, and also potentially doubles. We've seen Yoshi double success again this year after really not that much last year, and also obviously squads too. Yoshi can go a lot of different places. Uh, yeah, it's.
I think there's so much to like about this team, Mike. First of
Mhm.
all, there's um, this is a formula we've seen from the last two winners of the league, H-Kun last year and then you 2 years before, of just like um, at least like 4 out of the top 10 singles characters
Mhm.
are on this team, and a lot of them are just fucking around in squads, which is like you could just fucking swap the matchup and like it doesn't even matter, you cover everything else anyways. You can just fuck
Yeah.
around and do that, I guess, if you want to. Or, you could just have them be in squad strike if if you're a squads truther and you want to stack good singles characters down there and you think that helps. Uh or you could fucking again plug them in FS meter if you want, because I don't know, fuck it, right? It's it's
Mhm.
like barely any drop in quality at all, and it's a completely different matchup. That's a formula we have seen work the last couple years. Also, the storyline of like big breakout performances is something that you tend to see on these winners. His Mewtwo's been nothing short of sensational this year.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, one of the better picks late in the draft. Um, and also the guy who's gonna get nerfed next year being on the winning team is a thing that's happened. At least the last 2 years. I think Koishi might have had someone as well in 22, but I can't think of it right now.
22 is a
But
bit different because that was the last year with not custom balance.
right, that was not CB. That's right.
Yeah.
But yeah, Falcon's on this team, so
Yeah.
and Gunner, if you're a Gunner truther and you're hunting for that nerf, I guess. I don't think anyone is. I haven't been paying attention to
I
the
don't think
Discord,
so.
so
No.
I know that was like the first couple
The
weeks.
the
People were
only
going crazy
one
about
that really has is Aegis, and even then, that seems like kind of, especially with how the salary cap's probably working more next year. I don't think we're honestly going to nerf anyone at this point, honest. But obviously, besides Falcon going to -1, but yeah.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, Cqist team just very very scary, especially if the like consistent like solid piece characters just don't crumble here in the playoffs. He's going to be tough to take out. Then moving on to Giraffe. Giraffe's team, I mean, he started off a bit weak and then rattled off an 8-match win streak, and then it seemed like that he just ran to a stone wall that was Vivtec in week 12. Got
that was a
whooped.
welcome to the big leagues moment a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Giraffe's team very interesting. Where he's had some like very like solid picks that he's like rocked with for most of his like second half win streak. Like obviously just Aegis stamina the whole year, and then like Yoshi
Mm-hmm.
singles. But then he's experimented with some quirky picks too, like Piranha Plant FS, or I mean I would say Joker. Like Kirby's always known to be a solid doubles character, and Joker definitely's had some success in doubles for sure this year. But it's like the two of them together usually have like one of those guys on doubles team, not both.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, and then he's had like two Miis that have been like pretty much just in squads the entire year too. So it's like, oh wow, okay, so not very very interesting team comp. And I'm not even trying to say that I'm not saying that like with like a bad connotation. I'm saying with a positive connotation because as we've seen in UDL, sometimes these unorthodox picks just really find success.
Yeah, this is a lineup that's one of these that's kind of like rolling the dice on upside a lot most weeks, which, do you like that or do you not like that in the playoffs? That's up to you when you fill out your predictions, I guess. But
Mm-hmm.
like Piranha Plant, I can't lie. When his FS actually hits, that's a really good
Oh
FS
yeah,
character because Piranha Plant lives fucking forever. That's the problem. In FS, if you lose the first stock, which is like, characters that can more easily get gimped or like die early, like your Jigglypuffs and bullshit like that, right? Are at a big disadvantage because
mm-hmm.
playing behind an FS is like impossible. Piranha Play does not die unless you land a real hit, and it's like at 120 or above,
Yeah.
right? Which is a huge advantage if he could actually hit his fucking FS, which he was during Giraffe's win streak. He was doing that, so
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like it. In doubles, yeah, we've seen Kirby be a fucking menace. If you have someone who gets gimped and you're facing Kirby in doubles, just put down the controller, you're gonna lose, right? Uh, and Joker has fucking insane raw kill
Yeah,
power
he's a walking
at
nuke with our set.
+2.
Yeah, he's a
It's
walking nuke.
crazy.
So yeah, we'll see how the unorthodox picks. It's kind of interesting how it matches up. Where like the more unorthodox picks for Giraffe, if he keeps the same lineup again, we don't know if he's gonna change it up or not. Uh, the unorthodox picks for Giraffe are kind of right in that same slot where Cqist has his like more potential based characters, like in FS with like potentially like Yoshi if he's gonna rock with Yoshi. We'll see. Or
Yeah.
maybe Shulk or whatever, if whoever or DK, Mr. Potential Man himself, like whoever he decides to put there,
Mm-hmm.
and in his doubles with the Sephiroth Mewtwo, it's like, oh shoot, okay, there's very interesting matchups there in those two to be specific there. Yeah, all right,
Yeah, I agree. I don't really know who that works out more for necessarily because it's like both super strengths are pitted against each other in single stamina, and that's like more of a like you keep saying potential man in FS and in doubles. So it's the same for both teams, which is quite interesting. It's just who do you like more?
Yeah. All right. Any final remarks to make about the B conference in general here?
Yeah, fuck B conference, B conference for life.
Yeah, just ignore the fact that we lost the All-Star game. It's fine.
Dude, All-Star game's some fucking Mickey bullshit. Who cares?
So true. The refs weren't even watching the game. It's crazy.
They're traveling every play, right? Like, come on, this is an exhibition. They're not playing defense. All right.
Yeah, all right.
P conference.
Moving on to P conference. Start off with me versus Gold. I guess talking about my own team for a bit. I mean, I'm super
best differential in the league starting week 5 onwards.
I'm super happy with how this team turned out. That's like, I mean, obviously I won it all in 23 with that comically broken team, but like this is probably my favorite team I have fielded for UDL. I do really like the feel of it overall, just with how it's like. I feel like just about every person on the team has like one or two roles. Like, I don't know, it's like a very good blend of role players, like guys who you would say like, oh yeah, like these guys are my doubles guys, these guys are these are my singles guys, FS guys, but like also having a good amount of options in each event in specific too, in case I do want to like mix it up a bit to play the matchups or whatever. Like that's always a very comfortable feeling to have, where it's like you have like one lineup that like you don't really change much. It's like, okay, this is just a very well-rounded lineup I can just throw out there, but it's also like I have some pieces I can mix around pretty easily too and not feel like I have a weak spot. Like I do really like how just this team just came to be, just with the trading, like unironically trading my Greninja for Soul Shulk like saved my season. Which is insane to say, but it's true.
Yeah, crazy breakout performances here from Greninja.
Yeah, I mean, and also be able to get picking up Young Link as a result of that trade too. Like I feel like that really just rounded my team out so much more than I ever could have hoped for. So, yeah, it's kind of weird talking about my own team on this in a playoff preview show like this, but just hoping they can just keep performing how they have been for most of the season, and we'll see where it goes from there in the playoffs. These playoffs are so stacked. So. And if I go one and done, I'm proud of my guys.
Yeah, don't forget that MaxSchersey's Almar let go in free agency this year is also on this team, sitting in squad strike. That guy was the GOAT at the start of the year. I don't know what happened to him.
No, he's been Almar. I've moved around a decent amount. He's been in squads like because I've noticed. Okay, I know there's the whole squad's real or not or whatever, but Almar is like one of those characters that like every time I've put him in squads, like at least one game in this set, he just pops off. And it's like, interesting. So, I don't know, but I've also put him in singles and in stamina and not FS, and doubles this season. So, he can literally just go anywhere, because apparently that dude also can just win an FS meter too. He almost won a player bracket, even though his FS sucks. So, okay. But yeah.
People have been saying Young Link is better than Aegis. But you didn't hear that from me.
People have not been saying that. They have not been.
You did hear it from me.
Young Link is.
That was the little birdie that told me that.
Young Link is very good in stamina, though. Still, I think he's pretty clearly like a top 10 character at this point, at least. Like he's. I mean, I'm probably not that much higher than that, but he is still very good for sure. But yeah, I'm super happy with this team. I guess segue into my opponent. I'm not sleeping on Gold at all, though. Gold has fielded a like static lineup for most of this season, but it's a dang good static lineup, especially with like, it's interesting. It's like, it's like almost a whole roster of the potential man type characters.
Yes.
Besides squads, that squads team is demonic. That squads team is absolutely demonic. Like that's disgusting. But, for the season, like he's had one static lineup, and he's also had like Duck Hunt on the bench. He was coming to fill in these spots for these other characters, but that's like really actually worked in his favor, considering how I said earlier, like Duck Hunt's a character that can go just about anywhere. So it's like you don't feel like you're automatically losing at all when Duck Hunt came into like taking the spot of like Ness and Stamina or like Pac-Man and doubles or something like that, you know? Uh,
Totally.
so yeah, it's like his team is a very it's a gut check, I feel. And like I'm not saying that like with any negative connotation at all. I mean like perfectly positively. It's like it's like you need to be a good team to beat him. It's not you're
You
not
absolutely do.
yeah. Like it's hard to catch this team off guard, really. Cuz even if like one or two characters doesn't perform up to snuff, like it's very likely that at least like two or three others will for sure. And it's like you got to have a good well-rounded team to beat him.
Yeah, Gold. I think some people are maybe sleeping a little bit because he was 2-4 to end the season.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, dude, like you said, he absolutely has hitters. He has a full team full of potential, man. Like this guy just doesn't fucking care with
Mhm.
with a lot of these lineup decisions. Lil Mac has been in singles all year. That is number one potential man, winner of Summer CPU 2025, by the way.
Yeah.
You have Ness out here, fucking rage bait character and stamina, right? So try and tilt you in the middle of the set. That's pretty huge for the mental there.
Steven
Um,
doubles.
he's he's been putting Steve in doubles all year, which is like fucking why, dude. But then sometimes you see Steve just do some fucking
Yeah,
like
his
stupid
no,
shit. It's like okay,
his doubles team actually has a pretty dang good record this year.
yeah, he has that team does have a very good record, Pac-Man Steve, which is like feels like Steve should be asked, but then he just like
It,
randomly
I
fucking
think
does damage and kills, which is what Pac-Man needs as a partner, by the
yeah.
way. He needs someone who does random damage and just
Yeah,
kills people.
I think that it's actually like it's like a perfect synergy because Pac-Man's also a character that can handle himself in 2v1s pretty well. Like at least
Very
compared to
well.
a lot of other characters for sure. And Steve needs that if he's just gonna sit back and mine. And it's like, okay, well, Pac-Man's taking care of both opponents at once. Let me just get my broken tools here, and then let's just go back into
Exactly.
scrap.
Yeah, let me get diamond and tickle you at 100 and you die. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's that. Even though it's
Zelda FS Renaissance year?
potentially Zelda definitely, like I said in the last stream, Zelda definitely feels like more of an anti-meta pick. Uh, but which anti-meta can, especially in UDL, very good role to
Is
play.
important.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very
in
good
the
role to
playoffs
play.
especially.
So, uh, yeah, like again, I would not. I'm personally not sleeping on Gold at all, even though I picked him with my first pick. Like with a pick to opponent draft. Like if he beats me, I honestly would not be that surprised. So that's just how like I'm saying that about the opponent I picked first. Like that's just how crazy the playoffs are this year in general. It's nuts. No team is safe here.
Hmm.
All right, moving on to the next match. We got Adrian versus Max. Hey, it's you.
Yep. Hey, it's me.
Adrian's team's definitely been an interesting one this year. Uh, it feels like there's only been a couple weeks where the team has really played to their full potential. Um, like I don't know. It's like there has I don't think there's really been one week where I think the only week where it felt like everything clicked for this team was against Gold. When he beat Gold, I think it was like 9-5 or something like that. And even then, Gold still got a decent amount of games in there. It's like the team has definitely been marked by their very strong core of FS meter and stamina, with Lucario and FS, and then mostly Pika and stamina, but also has had some other characters go in there, like Terry, like uh, Ridley, even on some weeks. But
Yeah.
if the rest of the team can perform outside of those two events, this team's going to be scary. Uh, I mean, you have like Adrian's been having doubles trouble all year, like as marked by his intense hatred of Lucina, despite still having Lucina on the team and stuff like that. But this is the type of team where it's like if they can get it clicking, this is the type you can definitely see them going on a run here, deep in the playoffs. But are they going to get it clicking? You know?
No, totally. This is I think Adrian is another like classic 80-20 team, kind of like what we were saying with Tribal. You look at the like record across the year, uh no 2 weeks of consecutive losses, which is actually pretty rare in this
Mm-hmm.
league. So yeah, no two losses in a row. And obviously like a decent amount of like 2-3 gamer win streaks to pad it out. So it's like one of the more stress-free seasons you could ask for,
I
honestly.
I mean, besides that week 12 though, even though it wasn't the back-to-back week, like obviously,
You don't want to see that going into the playoffs,
yeah,
sure.
get it punched in the gut by Daquavius like that. That's that's the type of thing that can either be like, oh man, is the team just gonna fall apart after that, or is that gonna be used as a wake-up call to be like, okay, let's get this thing in gear, let's go. Uh,
It
well,
could be either one.
yeah.
A lot of the yeah, again, a lot of the marquee characters here. I don't know how to say it besides just like classic 80-20, right? We have
Mm-hmm.
like Pac-Man, but without a partner that makes him like fucking broken Pac-Man. We
Yeah.
have like Lucario, who hasn't been like fucking insane like he was last year, but he's still
He's still
good,
very good.
obviously.
Yeah, very good.
If Pikachu, who hasn't been used a lot, but is still clearly good, like top whatever you want to say in stamina, top five, top 10. Terry, who people forget how much Terry gatekeeps bad characters in singles. Like
It's
he is number one gatekeeper of
it's
bad
it's
characters.
really weird though, because like, no, I agree with you, but at the same time, like I remember when Ice was first running like matchups for the vanilla matchup chart, Terry also just had a lot of really weird, just random losing matchups occasionally to like these lower tier characters. But like, if it's not one of those random characters that's like a lower tier, like he gatekeeps him
Right.
super hard.
Super hard. Um, yeah, and you've got a couple like niche tech picks that could slot in here. Like you have Meta Knight, who has been like okay this year. You know, I
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't want him in my starting lineup, but like he's done some stuff this year. You have Ridley, who obviously is the GOAT. It
This
has been
yeah
full
this
season Ridley for,
oh
or maybe
absolutely
that's
yeah.
just Koishi only.
No,
Well,
I
also
think
TruckMud. We're gonna get to
yeah.
that, but
Overall, no, Ridley's just had a very good year overall this year. This is easily his best year he has had in this league for sure. Oh man.
Pac-Man could also go anywhere. We've seen Adrian do that also.
Oh
There
yeah.
could be a strat of just say like, fuck it, I'm just gonna throw doubles, which is like we haven't seen throwing very much this year. It's happened a
Oh
couple times, but it's like it didn't happen as much as I thought before the season. But we could see just like throw doubles, and Pac-Man can go in like literally any mode and
oh
be
yeah.
very good.
No, Adrian did that against a user this year. For that was user's last
Yeah,
loss on the season, and
yeah,
Pac-Man beat Crom in FS. So yeah, that's
yeah. Talk about potential, man. Pac-Man and
oh
FF.
absolutely
Fuck no, I don't
yeah.
want to face that.
Yeah, Pac-Man's just an interesting character overall this year because he's still clearly very good in doubles, but I don't think he's as good as we first painted him out to be. Like, and it's not to say
He
that he's
needs a
like,
real partner. That's
yeah,
something BP always said as well.
yeah. I think he's still like top five in doubles for sure, but he's not like we were potentially looking about like nerfing him before the season started in doubles, but that's definitely not the case at this point. But yeah, so let's see if it all clicks for Adrian. Uh, moving on to his first opponent. Hey, it's you.
Hey, it's me. Yeah. So I think my team's funny here because like this happens every year, but there's a significant amount of roster turnover from the draft. So a lot of the core team that's left here actually does not have a very large sample size on the team, not a lot of data to work with to
Mm-hmm.
conclude from. Um, uh, I forget where I was on that stat that I posted, but it was like uh best differential since week 5, and I think I was like fifth on that
Mm-hmm.
or something like that. So obviously the start to the year was like fucking horrible. And then like did the big roster turnover, and then things have been going pretty well since then. There's been a couple close losses, but honestly, it's nothing that made me think that the team's bad. I really like the lineup. and hoping I can keep going forward. But the new ones that have kind of subbed in here, Weeb Trainer's the big one, who's been a flex pick kind of like everywhere for the team. Weeb Trainer is the ultimate potential woman of all time in
Yes.
UDL. So I
Yes.
love that. Uh, Rob was I think like 4-1 to end the year. Most of that being in squads. So whatever, how much you think that matters. Um, has picked up a win in FS against Jaguar. I think that was like the first or second week he was on the team. Uh, Simon Belmont, not that fucker Richter from Miami. Simon Belmont is undefeated so far on this team. Dropped Roy. Unbelievable. The fans couldn't believe it. Roy got dragged to a positive fucking win rate on the year on this team. We listen, people. I need to let you know, right? In it much like in the film Moneyball, okay, where they had to recreate departing slugger, fucking Jason Giambi in the aggregate. We created Olimar in the aggregate with Roy, King DD, and Simon Belmont combining for I think it was like 8-4 in stamina this year or 7-5. Uh, so yeah, love that. And then this doubles team I think is like fucking insanely good. So I'm very confident in that. And in the back, we have Punished Venom Instant also has a positive win rate on the year. Not only in squads, that guy was showing up in FS meter earlier in the year as well. We know Instant's pretty decent in stamina. Uh, yeah, may make a surprise appearance. We'll have to see. If there's any like weak spot on this team, I guess, King DD has had actually not that good of a win rate. I think he's like 3-8 or so. No, like sorry, 4-7, I believe
Dang.
in the regular season, in a combination of singles and stamina. So he's plugging. A lot of these losses are 2-1, which is what keeps me coming back. Because I feel like a 2-1 loss isn't real. You know what I mean,
No,
Mike?
I got
Like
what you're saying. Game count definitely does kind of matter for vibes and just how the character performs overall.
So yeah, if you don't like my team, then I think that's definitely something to poke a hole at. No like super blatant broken FS meter character because that's been a revolving door all year, and singles hasn't really been held down by anyone either. Um, so it's gonna be mix and match just like it's been all year, but I like the team. There's no one on my team that I think is just shit. Like I've had
Mm-hmm.
multiple of those in prior years. So um yeah, I like my team.
Yeah, this is like the classic. This is like the classic lower seed who like the record isn't fully indicative of their full season like performance. Like obviously you started 1-3 and we went 6-2 since with 2 close losses. So it's like one of those types of teams that no one really wants to play right now, and that kind of showed here considering how you were not drafted by anyone to play. Like you fell to Adrian, who was the 4th seed, who didn't get the pick. So yeah, crazy how you
No
recreated.
one want to face this team. Nobody.
Crazy how yeah, it's crazy when you recreated Olimar in the aggregate. There was only 12 weeks of the season, but they somehow still went on a 20 win streak. It was crazy. I don't know. Yeah. All right, moving on to the final quadrant of the bracket. We got Jaguar versus Jade. Jaguar, at least on paper, because again, it's like with this comparison, obviously it's could be different how they actually perform, and how the teams perform in the playoffs. But on paper, I kind of view Jaguars team as like a better version of Tribals, where it's like a lot of the kind of potential main characters, but definitely some more solid picks. Obviously, like Gunner and Stamina. It's kind of like the halfway between Tribal and Cqist teams. I feel in terms of that, like on that, I guess spectrum. I guess I don't know, for lack of a better term. It's like his team, like all year. Again, he started out really well. 4-0 to start the year. Had a bit of a rough mid patch of the year for sure. I mean 4-4 since that 4-0 start. Granted, some of those losses, none of those losses were really that bad. Like loss to Cqist, a close loss to Cqist. Okay, close loss to Vivtec. Okay, close loss to Orchid. That one was kind of rough, but that also was when Orchid was on her absolute just warpath. It looked like she was just about to make the playoffs as like the last seed and just stomp everyone. Admittedly, and then the loss to you. That was also that one was just rough, but in terms of gameplay. But yeah, like it seems like when the team clicks, they look so good. It's just again kind of similar to Adrian. Kind of similar to Adrian too, where it's like, will the team start to get it going? We don't know, but like Jaguar's team has had more of those performances, especially at the beginning of the year, where it's like, okay, the team is clicking on all cylinders. They're firing on all cylinders right now. Like they're looking very good. So, yeah,
Totally. Critics could say that since week 5, this has been a 500 team, and a lot of this differential was kind of like padded from the start of the year still. But I think this is obviously a good team. Jaguar, like every year, is one of the counter pick goats, just straight up. It's always going to be fucking warfare in the playoffs to try and to win the counter pick battle against this guy. Me Gunner, Jaguar dropped his franchise stats. Me Gunner, his most wins in franchise history, he has like a 70% plus win rate or some shit like that across multiple
Jaguar
years.
Me Gunner is a strong candidate for the eventual UDL Hall of Fame. Very strong candidate.
And you know, his team is built for this.
Yes.
Always, every year. Like always mix and match. Nobody has a position. I'm sure we're gonna see Gunner and Stamina a lot because there's just not a lot of characters that beat Gunner and Stamina.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
He will not hesitate to he might throw Gunner in fucking squads. I don't know. Like there's character loyalty is the wrong term. I was about to say there's no character loyalty. Everyone's just mix and match, but that's like
I get what you're saying though. I get what you're saying. Yeah, he's like
ruthless managing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why 2 of the 3 times in the past Jaguar has made the playoffs, he hasn't made it to top 4. Like, there's a reason why he's like he's like you said, he's got the team and he's got the managing skills built for the postseason. So we'll see how far he goes this year. He's been looking at predictions so far. He's definitely been picked as one of the stronger contenders in the P conference. So, but his first round opponent, Jade, another one of these teams that's like an absolute wild card. Because with Jade will just, you never know what Jade puts in lineups, but you never know what lineup you're gonna get from Jade. Is it gonna be a super optimized lineup? Is it gonna be a just all over the place? Like we're hype moments in Aura, we're sending it. Let's go. You don't know, and it is kind of scary because especially in week 12 when Jade, a crazy clutch over Jihu, was trying to play spoiler to get to this position in the first place. That week 12 lineup, it was one of their most optimized lineups they've put in. So are they going to keep that up for the postseason? We don't know.
Totally. Jade's had another one of these teams that's had some quirky picks that have been pretty interesting. A lot of Luigi in those top 3 events. And Luigi's someone who like never gets picked ever. So I think a lot of people like maybe don't realize that's a pretty like decent character.
Yeah.
Like that's not a meme pick. That's a pretty decent character. I mean, a lot of Olimar, obviously. Jade always runs Olimar out there. Inkling as well has been mix and match in every event, which Inkling's good at everything. Sorry, Soul, if you're listening to this. Yeah, I think early in the year, Jade was one of these teams that was running out like Samus, Dark Samus, and doubles. That stopped because that team is fucking awful. Like, we were wondering for so long, is that team gonna be good? No, it's bad. And doubles has been a problem all year since like Samus Dark Samus it's proven to be a fucking flop. Um so that's certainly a hole. You don't like to see that going into the playoffs, I guess. But you know, a lot of random, a lot of like unconventional, quirky picks, which is it's pretty fun out of a playoff team that you gotta look out for, I guess.
Also, I'd like to point out that this is a rematch from earlier this year. Jaguar won the first match pretty handedly, 8-3. So Jade looking for some revenge here to pull off an upset, and this is Jade's first time in the playoffs too. So I haven't really been pointing that out for a lot of these recent teams, but yeah, I mean, a lot of these teams in the P conferences in general, this is their first time making it. So a good blend of like veterans and newcomers. So let's see how that all plays out. And then, I mean, I guess TruckMud isn't necessarily a veteran, but TruckMud has been to the playoffs before. Didn't get third last year. Moving on to
Made
this
it to
last
conference
match.
finals last year.
So TruckMud versus MiniSquix. TruckMud.
Yep. So I think we know the story with TruckMud at this point. Just like one of the streakiest teams in the league. When she's bad, she looks really, really bad. Is the thing that I think some people were forgetting in the middle of the year what this team looks like when it's on. But she ends with an 8-4 record and takes home the division title. Kind of as we've been talking about earlier on in this pod, Ridley's been amazing this year. Prom FS at the start of the year, everyone was losing their fucking mind over TruckMud's Prom just being on fucking unbeatable.
Don't remind me.
And yeah, those two are definitely the highlights. Stamina in doubles have been more shaky for sure, and the shakiness showed more when like the whole team was kind of going south. But it's really those two at the top that are kind of the foundation, and there's like a couple different characters that can go in stamina on this team. You have Incineroar, you have Ice Climbers, you have Corrin. In doubles, you have Robin as well. Doubles, you also have Robin, you have Dark Samus, you have Dark Pit, obviously. You have Rose. Do people put fucking Rosalita doubles anymore? I'm not even going to count that. She sucks.
She actually has had some decent success this year in doubles, from what I've seen.
Don't believe the lies. She sucks.
Dude, she was able to carry Soul's Inkling to a couple wins in doubles. Are you kidding me?
You know what? Hold on. I might have to put some respect on her.
If you want to talk about the ultimate potential woman right there, it's Rosa.
Oh my god. Rosa's like 9 feet tall, not going anywhere near my team. Not on my draft board.
Yeah, no, TruckMud's team, yeah. A tale of 3/3, really. Obviously, that really strong start to the year, then the rough mid-patch, and then took that like bit of an easier schedule in like around week 8 and 9 to get things right, and then just pop off towards the end of the season, and yeah, just propelled to her first division title, second time making the playoffs in 2 years, in her 2 years in the league. So yeah, she's been very good overall. Hoping to recreate that late season run from last year. I mean, or keep up the momentum and recreate the postseason run from last year. Yeah. We've been talking a lot about potential man, potential woman on like specific characters. How about potential team with MiniSquix?
Boom.
Boom. Oh my gosh.
So we all know MiniSquix is Pokemon trainer. Just one of those guys you never want to face. Like, I don't care what mode Pokemon trainer ends up in this round 1 matchup. I feel like it might just be a win. Pokemon trainer is one of those like supreme fucking bullshit characters. Yeah. So whatever. That's point 1, right? Always gets the high roll on PT. Always gets Charizard side being like 10 times in a row, right? And all that shit. And a lot of these other characters are just like really good mix and match. All singles killers, basically, by the way. We have Prom, Byleth, Terry, Inkling, Sora, not a killer, but pretty good. Incineroar, same thing, not a killer, but pretty good, right? And singles killers can go in singles or FS or squads, and it works regardless. Um, a lot of these characters are like at least all right in stamina, but not any like immediate top tier threats. I think that's the biggest like if you just have a good plug and play stamina character, even if Squix isn't random, which he probably will be, like even if he isn't random, you can kind of just plug and play a good stamina character, and that's your chink in the armor there.
Yeah.
But everything else is pretty like similar to what we were saying about MrWiggles, right? It's just like threats that can go everywhere. It's pretty hard to prep for.
Yeah, I would say outside of filler, having filler, this is probably the most well fit for random team I have seen like in league history. And I think it's a testament that a random team with like I think that goes to show just how good these 8 characters are in random lineups. That like Squix made the playoffs as a random team with filler. Like it's so like you're saying, so many of these characters can just go anywhere here. It is a terrifying matchup on paper. To go against. Like, there's been so many lineups Squix has gotten this year where, like, you literally just look at it and it's like, that looks like someone put that lineup in. And it's like, it's a lot of it isn't even, like, mainly down to, like, amazing luck for Squix. It's just, that's how good the characters are at fitting in all these different places. It's just, like, it's a terrifying team. Like, I think if Squix makes it past this round 1, I feel like they're gonna go pretty far, but we'll see if Squix's team can get past TruckMud though. Like it's gonna be again all these matchups just in general. This has been the whole theme of this. It's just like all these teams are killers. Like you literally see any of these teams winning, and of a 16 team field, and it's like I wouldn't be surprised if they won. Really, honestly, maybe Squix is the only one. Like, probably the lowest chance considering that he is a random team. And it's like, okay, he can just get a potentially bad lineup at any point. But it's like...
Yeah.
But even then, like, if Squix were to win, it's just like, well, Squix just got good luck in the playoffs. It's like, okay, fair enough. You know?
Totally. So, I guess it's like an open-ended question, Mike. Any trends that you're noticing in roster building? Because something I've been noticing... Not a lot of 80-20 like in prior years. There's only really 2 80-20 teams. Other than that, it's a lot of people rolling the dice on high upside and and just saying fuck it. Let's get a couple good rolls.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I feel like with the salary cap in general, that's just kind of what you have to. That's just kind of what you have. At least one of the main strategies with that. And I mean, that's honestly kind of what it seems like with how the salary cap's going to be next year, like what we're kind of going towards. It seems like that's it's going to be even more so, like making it harder to get these like absolute top dog characters. But it's like, yeah, you snag one of them on your team, and let's just snag a bunch of other guys who, hey, if they play well,
who could be good.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Yeah. I agree. I think most teams, aside from a couple, have like 1 or 2 stars that are like maybe more consistent, and then it's just like rolling for upside. I think people have kind of abandoned the mid ground, decent floor kind of plug and play everywhere. Like not a lot of those. There's a couple teams that have those types of characters, but I think that's kind of fallen out of favor. Whereas in like not last year so much, but like 23, and then definitely the pre-custom balance era, there was a lot more of that. I think that's the biggest difference I'm noticing.
Yeah, I mean, hey, as we all know, whichever team ends up winning the playoffs, that's just like that was just the they followed all the trends. They followed all the correct trends for that year. Obviously, that's how it always goes. That's how we always look back on it. I love revisionist history. Yeah, I think that's it. Right? Like, are we wrapping things up?
Yeah. I guess we are. This you said it before, but yeah, this playoffs is gonna be really insane, man. There's nothing quite like the UDL playoffs. 3 months of fucking
I mean, 4 this
of
year.
just absolute bullshit. 4 months this year, true, of the ups and downs and the heartbreak and the stealing victory from the jaws of defeat and such. Um, no obvious favorite. I mean, I guess Vivtec's kind of been the favorite all year, but
hmm
like even then, I think we were talking more about about user and Cqist out of that
hmm
conference, honestly. Um, and those teams aren't necessarily perfect either.
Oh yeah, like I could see both of them
It's really
losing.
interesting.
I could see both of them losing in round 1, and it's like I honestly
Yeah,
wouldn't be that
totally.
surprised.
Uh, yeah, it's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be really fun. Gonna like it. People are gonna get mad,
Oh
and
yeah,
that's just a
as
fact.
always.
Everyone loves the UDL playoffs. It all comes down to I think the pregame locker room speeches are going to be very important for this upcoming week. So hopefully people got that shit on Rappas and they can get everyone in a good mindset.
We'll see if we get a new champ this year, or if me or Koishi would take home our second ring. We'll see. One of the previous champs has already fallen. Let's see. Hey, again, I wouldn't be that shocked if it's like, oh, we're past round 1. It's like we're guaranteed a new champion already. You know, it's like that's just how crazy these playoffs are gonna be. But I'm very excited for it. This is gonna be 1 week of chaos, 1 week of fun, 1 week of everything in between.
It's what it's all
Even
about.
though some people think chaos is fun, whatever. I'm trying to come up with an ending speech here, but I can't. It's whatever. It's UDL playoffs. Get hype.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll see you guys Tuesday night for the B conference playoffs to open it up.
Woo.
Peace.